Hi guys, thank you for tuning into my channel, The Professional PhD. I am Dr. Viola and I have a good amount of experience being a field application scientist. And so I think it's fitting if I bring you a video in regards to being prepared for your big day, the interview. Now, this particular video focuses a little bit more on that last final interview. So yay, you passed the first one, the gatekeeper one, where the HR recruiter is just like pretty much checking off check boxes to see if you can even speak to anybody on the team. You did it. Congrats. Now maybe the second or third interview involves you actually speaking with the manager of the field application scientist team and or director and other people. That's what this video is about. How do you prepare? What should you know? What should you expect? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. All right, preparedness plan number 1. I don't think that makes sense, but okay. The first thing that you want to be prepared for is to be prepared to meet plenty other people outside of the field application scientist team. More than likely, when you show up to this interview, if it's the last one, you will also be interviewed by maybe someone from the research and development team, maybe from commercial sales, maybe from marketing, maybe from service, maybe from the executive team that literally oversees several departments. And so be prepared for that. I know usually in big interviews, if you're big time person, maybe you also have a PhD and you're preparing for that interview, you kind of know, like, you expect to meet some big shots, right? But with the field application scientist role, expect to have this particular diversity in your interview. It's not always the case 100%, but more often than not, there's usually going to be a couple of other people internally that represents the various teams. Remember, this is a role that literally has their hands and are able to support in so many different ways within their company. And so being that you're going to be somebody who consults with research and development, R&D a lot, or literally gives advice and input to the sales team and sometimes trains them so they understand and have knowledge about the product, process, or platform, that they more than likely may be there evaluating you two on interview day. So have that expectation, be prepared. You don't want to be shocked by that. So expect questions that may be tailored a little bit towards a little more technical from R&D. Like, have you technically done this before? Yeah. Or from sales, maybe in regards to the way you deliver or translate knowledge. Maybe with marketing, how have you contributed to technical documents and, being able to promote, to assist with advice on promotion. Keep that in mind. And I guarantee you won't be shocked by any question. The next way you can be prepared is by writing down the day before, several days before. Just please don't get to the interview and try to think about this right there with all that pressure. But the day before, you may want to write down, how have you supported other departments, even in your current role? So let's say you're that PhD bench scientist. This may not be as simple because you feel like, hey, I work in this lab and I work in this lab and I work in this lab. Like, that's what you do. But put on your thinking cap and really think about which other maybe even, I'm just assuming you're a PhD, let's say in biomedical science, that's myself. But let's say you support other particular departments for different pathological cases. Maybe, for instance, I was in cancer. Maybe you've also collaborated with the immunology team, right? So maybe you guys wrote a paper together, did a presentation, whatever you did. Think about any way you worked together with other people that are not necessarily within or on your team. This shows the interviewers that, you know what, you're used to collaborating outside of your own. This is very important. It's very, very important. And so it's very important to be prepared to show how you have supported other people outside of your department and how you've contributed to their progress, how you guys worked together and collaborated together well, and just in general, how you're able to get along with people who don't necessarily have the same focus as you. Okay, so it's the last interview. So, a lot of pressure. However, be prepared to have lunch with them because more than likely, it's probably going to be a long day. Like I said, you're meeting with a lot of people. Sometimes they don't just all come at once. Wouldn't that be nice? 1 full hour, 10 people just all together. Actually, it wouldn't be nice. I've had that, and I've had also where they came in trickles. Either way, it's very exhausting. And so they try to make it a little bit lighter for you by offering lunch. So they'll even tell you, especially if you flew out to a particular place, another state, they'll make sure you're ready to have lunch with them. And so be prepared to have lunch with them. Be prepared to have lunch with them. That means that you would want to, you know what? That's the next level of preparedness. So that next level of preparedness is, after you've prepared to have lunch with them, is now be prepared to talk informally and casually. So it's a different tone, and you want to show that you can be that person who can fit well with the team, right? You don't want to always be in the mode of like, I want to be a field application scientist, and so I'm going to ask you about other questions during lunch in regards to every single thing about the field application scientist role. No, don't do that. Don't do that. What you want to do is you want to speak informally and casually, but still, of course, have prepared questions. So you may ask them about like, how big is the team? Maybe, how big is, if you're talking to a research and development person, how big is the team? Ask it in an informal way. Don't make it sound serious. How big is the team? Oh, wow, that's cool. Well, what do you guys actually do for fun? Do you guys have any team building activities that you do? Okay. You can also ask questions about what is the best type of food to try while I'm visiting here in this state? What would you say this particular town is famous for when it comes to food? When it comes to fun things to do? You want to fill out who you're having lunch with, but be prepared to talk like a real person. A person that once you do get the job, fingers crossed, once you get the job, that you can have a casual conversation with them at lunch. You're not always turned on. You know how to turn off but still remain professional. So pretty much, guys, you want to be prepared to just come across as a normal person. A person that when it's time to literally go to lunch, you can just relate. You can turn off the extra professionalism and just be normal and have a casual conversation. This is very important. And I don't think every time you'll end up going to lunch with them, but more often than not at this level, you may. And so it's very important to make sure that you have a couple of questions in your back pocket that are informal, that are casual. It's nothing like having dead air because you don't know what to say. Now, this is very important. Okay, so you've asked your casual questions and they've asked you a couple of casual informal questions. When there is some moment of silence, that's okay too. You don't always have to fill in the blank with silence. Please don't do that. That would make you seem a little bit creepy. So, and they don't want to be with the person who's just like, oh my gosh, she seems like annoying, or he seems annoying. Don't always feel like you have to fill in the blank with silence. Once you guys questions, be normal. Sit back, relax, take a couple of bites, drink, look around the blank conference room. Find something to focus on. Enjoy your food. And most important, just enjoy that time with them. The other thing you want to be prepared for is prepare to be or dress comfortable, shoes included. And I'm saying this because if it's the last interview, at this point, they pretty much probably are confident that they want to hire you or one other person. Sometimes maybe a third may be involved in that last interview stage, but they're now wanting to expose you to what they do, what the company looks like, the environment. So they're gonna more than likely take you on a tour. So you want to be comfortable. You want to have comfortable shoes on. Shoes that if this tour lasted a long time and you ended up maybe even 15-20 minutes just standing by someone's desk who they just introduced you to, just cheesing and nodding and and learning about what they do, that you are comfortable, that you don't look and feel uncomfortable. Another reason why you want to be comfortable is, honestly, being there all day, you don't want to look like you're constantly fixing a certain part of your clothing. You're constantly fixing, a certain part of your anything, right? So your hair, like you just don't want to look like, this is just like a show that's going to last for 45 minutes and then you're out of there. That's not practical. So I would say the best way you can be prepared is to be comfortable, and you're more than likely going to be yourself, and they're going to sense that, and they're going to love that. You're going to get the job, and you're going to let me know in the comments, and I'm going to be like, yay, congratulations. Okay, just be comfortable. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning into this video. I hope it helps you. I hope it really helps you to really be just more prepared when you are planning to go to your field application scientist interview, and it helps you to be just more confident in regards to what to expect. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please put in the comments anything that you feel like is or was helpful, and let me know if this preparation maybe helped you a little bit and you kind of felt like you were more prepared, because that's the purpose of the video, to be more prepared. I definitely thank you for tuning into this video and stay along with me on this journey, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye.